I don't remember. I don't think we came up this way last time. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let me keep my weapons, Juliana, please. I don't think I can be invaded by a player, can I? Is this a player? Am I about to get murked? Oh, this is... I'm gonna die so fast if this is a player. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know what my goal is right now. No, it's not Colt. I'm slipping. No. Dude, if I may relate the experience as a host, this feels very... Okay, I'm not going to apologize for it. It feels very Soulsy. I feel a little panicked about the presence of Juliana. I don't know whether it's a person or an NPC, which definitely adds a layer of fear. Even if it's the NPC, it adds a layer of fear. Mm-hmm. So she might know where I'm trying to go, though. This is another problem. Is that her? No, that's just two dudes. Shit. I'm dead. GG's. Ah, I knew it. Hey, GG's, JM.
There's always tomorrow. Yeah, unfortunately.
And unfortunately for you, we're back at it again. This is Deathloop. And yes, it has invasions. Invasions that are not only similar to the invasions of the SoulsBorne series, but in a lot of ways surpasses them. Yes, I would go so far as to say that. But of course, I have to preface, this is only my opinion. This is not an objective truth. I'm not trying to supplant your reality yet. Structurally, the SoulsBorne games and Deathloop are two entirely different games, a part of two entirely different genres. The former being third-person action-adventure games with a light RPG framework, and the latter being a first-person immersive sim, whatever the hell that means, with stealth and shooter mechanics. Now, before you catch me mouthing off an excessive amount of gaming jargon, let me explain what Deathloop is first before diving into why I enjoy it and why you might enjoy it and why invasions in this game are really enjoyable. Deathloop is made by Arcane Studios, the same studio that made the Dishonored games, the Prey reboot, and here's a deep pull, Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. That game, by the way, is 15 years old. Yeah! Let the existential dread start kicking in. Nevertheless, if you consider yourself a fan of Arcane, you are more than likely going to enjoy this game. Imagine Deathloop as this culmination of all their creative effort and everything they've learned so far. It has some of their best art styles, their most satisfying level designs, an amazing soundtrack, top-tier voice acting, and, the most important part, fully realized gameplay loops. You may very well get a kick out of this game. But for the folks at home who don't know what I'm talking about, allow me to be as reductive as a nerd on the internet can be. This game is a combination of Outer Wilds, or Majora's Mask if you're old, with a Hitman game, where you have to take out 8 distinct targets before a day passes in the game itself. There are 4 districts that you can travel to, traveling between the districts past time, and you only have 4 times in a day to get all 8 targets. The whole game is figuring out how you can kill all 8 in one day. If you die 3 times within a district, or let a full day pass, the loop will reset and you will relive the same day again. All the while, one of these 8 targets is in fact a rival assassin. This assassin's main goal is to appear in the district that you are in and put you down, resetting the loop in the process. This assassin is known as Juliana, and she can be controlled by either an AI or, more importantly, another player. That's a majority of the footage you're seeing in the background. We, Juliana, are hunting Colt. That's the main character, who every other player will be playing as. We're going to be using a variety of weapons, magic, and even a little stealth in order to find, trap, and take down whichever cult we can find. It should be noted that Juliana only invades Colt when he's in a district that has one of the 7 other targets present. These targets are also known as the Visionaries, by the way. If there are no Visionaries in a district, a cult can roam and traverse that level at their leisure with no Juliana coming in. Speaking of roaming, by the way, Colt enters these districts through the use of a tunnel system. This tunnel system effectively serves as an entry and an exit into all of the districts. Each district has the very least 2 door openings for a cult to enter that area, just as well as he can leave it. If Juliana does appear, this tunnel system and those doors lock themselves from Colt, and Colt will need to find and disable an antenna found in a preset position in that district before he can leave again. But to clarify, Colt doesn't need to kill Juliana in order to escape. He does need to hack this antenna if he does want to leave, though. Furthermore, Colt has 3 lives. Those 3 lives can go a long way if you're either trying to complete your objective, take out an invader, or just to find the antenna and scram. It's not all doom and gloom for cults if they do get invaded. I know some folks have been complaining of like, what if you get camped outside of one of the tunnel doors? Remember when I said earlier there's at least 2 doors? If you can't go out of one door, go out the other one. Anyways, before I get too deep into the nitty-gritty, let me just say that there are a lot of aspects to enjoy about invasions in this game. In the gameplay, there's a large variety of options Colts and Julianas can use at their disposal. Instances like going invisible to get a cheeky stab.
Same time tomorrow, Captain.
Luring your opponent close to a convenient ledge. Or just blowing them up. What's key here is that there are incentives for players to participate in invasions, even if they don't win. If Colt can beat Juliana, he can get something called Presidium, which is used to infuse any gear he comes across. What does infusions mean? Well, when a loop resets, items that Colt finds are lost entirely. But by infusing these pieces of gear, they become a permanent part of Colt's selection of tools at the beginning of the new day. Juliana can also drop a highly valuable weapon for Colt, trinkets that can buff his character, or a slab. And the slabs are the magic powers in Deathloop. Slabs can make you go invisible, blink forward at great speeds, become a bullet sponge, the list goes on. Now, you don't necessarily need slabs in order to win this game, but they can be incredibly useful and incredibly fun. Basically, Colts have every reason to want to engage in a fight with an invader if one happens to show up. Compare this to, say, a host beating an invader in Dark Souls 3. They only got souls for their trouble. Now, I know this is not going to stop some hosts from just disconnecting on invaders, but at the very least, Deathloop offers the player 3 different modes with which to play through the single-player portion of the game. They can either leave themselves completely open to any and all invaders, friends-only mode, so that way if somebody does come in, you at least have an idea of who these people are, right? At least there's some form of respect there, right? Do you respect your friends? Or you could just turn it off and have it be single player, and Juliana will only be an AI whenever she happens to pop in. Also, if a cult does disconnect on a Juliana, she still gets rewards for what she was able to accomplish. If she got a kill on cult, if she was able to stay alive for X amount of minutes, if she was able to do something cool and unique with a trap, she gets rewards for that. And that's great. Versus just in Souls where you lose out on your souls, you lose out on what covenant item you were going to get, you just lose out on everything. But at the very least, you get the smug satisfaction of a DC well done. At least now in Deathloop, you're also compensated. With that being said, if any of what I've just said tickles your fancy, I'll be leaving the rest of the footage to do the talking in this video. If any of y'all want me to do a deeper commentary talking about moment-to-moment decisions I've made in media res, go ahead, speak up in the comments. I will be more than happy to make more Deathloop invasion content leading up to you know what. This game, though, has been a blast so far. It's been a tad rough around the edges, I will admit. Latency here, some straight up bugs here, but what is there, what does work, is rock solid, and I want more of it. I commend Arcane for doing such a brilliant job with this game, and I hope that they can continue to touch up the experience in the weeks to come.
Juliana sends her love. Same time tomorrow, Captain. Juliana sends her love. Already loaded. see you.
If you made it this far into the video, I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Have a great day, an even better evening. Tell somebody you care about them, and take care. Peace.
Juliana sends for love.
This is like the most Souls-like game ever. This is the only Souls-like that exists.